Hey, this your boy Veli. Welcome back to the channel, man. Another day to be great and another day to show you how fucking crazy Democrats and progressives are. In this video, their argument is kids are too young to get tattoos, but they can get puberty blockers and sex change surgeries. You know, it's completely fine. You know, for them to take chemically enhanced medicines that destroy their their organs and insides completely. You know, on top of making them depressed, on top of the mental illness that they're already going through. You know, it's fine for them to just take stuff that castrate them, but tattoos are a little too far. Let's get into the video.
12-year-old should be able to get a tattoo.
I'm gonna say no.
Probably not. No.
It's probably too young to make decisions.
It's a pretty permanent decision.
They can't make the decision for themselves yet. It's something permanent on their body.
Do you think a 12-year-old should be able to consent to puberty blockers?
Yes.
Yes.
And I understand how that sounds really hypocritical.
Yes, it's a permanent change on their body, but I think
It's a permanent change on their body. Then she hits you with the but, I think. But tattoos are too far, though. Tattoos are too far. But medication that's been, like, proven by science to cause way more problems for kids than it helps is completely fine and okay with these lunatics. Like, can you imagine what kind of curriculum they're showing these kids in school to where they just denounce reality like this? Like, these kids are, like, they're psychopath lunatics, man. And it's not by their own doing. But once you get older, man, you get a sense of, like, self-awareness and reality. Like, at one point, do you kick the bullshit? Like, these people are literal NPCs. It's disgusting.
that at that point in their life, they probably know who they are, who they want to be.
And you think so?
At a little kid, they know who they are and who they want to be. But they're not old enough to make permanent decisions like tattoos and all this other shit. Do these people sound how stupid they are? Like, it's hard to not keep the disrespect out of this shit. Like, these people are fucking lunatics. I don't want these people making decisions for everybody else in this country based off their, like, stupidity. It's disgusting. Like, they should raise the voting age to 25 when your brain fully develops as a human being.
At 12 years old,
Yes.
do you think a 12-year-old should be able to consent to puberty blockers?
Yes, because that's not a permanent decision.
That's a life-changing decision. I don't.
This woman just said that puberty blockers aren't a permanent decision. You're literally going against the biology of the human body by trying to disrupt puberty, which is a natural, like, biology change in humans, period. It's naturally occurring. I'm glad y'all watch this shit with me, man, so I just don't lose my mind. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure some other people stuck in this alternate timeline along with me. Because this is not the shit that I was born into. Like I said, somewhere along the lines, I stepped in some type of hole or something that transported me to this weird fucking place.
I don't think that any 12-year-old is in a position to make a decision that's going to affect them long term.
When you get puberty blockers, for a lot of kids, that's like life-saving. It's keeping them from having to go through a puberty. I think puberty blockers are a great sort of like middle ground to allow a child to better understand themselves without having to make decisions like surgery.
Chemically altered medications is a middle ground and saves lives for kids because it stops their natural biology from happening, which I'm pretty sure has some terrible side effects when you try to stop the natural occurring things that happen in the human body. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some bad side effects of that. Like, to walk around with the brains that these young people have in their heads, man, it's got to be, like, atrocious, man. Like, it's got to be unbearable. To walk around in reality and not even, like, be in tune with reality, that's some scary shit, man. This is some next level Twilight Zone shit.
Or doing nothing and having to live through a puberty that is not within
She don't even have
that
the
they don't
words for this
identify
shit.
with.
She don't have the words for this shit because you don't have words for this type of lunacy. Usually this type of shit is spoken within a room with padded walls. And the person that's speaking it is in a straitjacket.
I think there's plenty of time to make those decisions later on once they've had a chance to decide exactly what they want their identity to be.
I think that maybe there should be more waiting, but I don't want to, like, put down trans ideas, so.
Do you think a 12 year
No,
old should be?
Shawty, no. Just say that you are on board with reality and logic. You just don't want to be canceled by all these other lunatics and weirdos who have their views, and you don't want to be shouted down, yelled at, and canceled because you go by your logic and reality. Just be honest with you. It's not putting down nobody. She just feared the backlash. She probably has friends that identify within the LGBTCWE. So she probably has friends in there. Like, but being honest helps your friends more than lying to them because their brains have been hijacked by progressives with their own agenda. These kids are just pawns. Hopefully they wake up to the shit one day. What is it, around 90% of the people grow out of this shit? Because they have to live in reality one day. It's abuse what they doing to these young people, man. It's mental abuse.
Ideas, so.
Do you think a 12 year old should be able to consent to puberty blockers?
If they can make an informed decision, yeah.
And you think a 12 year old can make an informed decision?
I don't know, I guess it depends on the 12-year-old.
Be like a really mature 12 year old.
Right, yeah.
Because some children you can just tell.
It has to be a really mature 12-year-old. So by her argument, the only one that should be doing puberty blockers or the change thing is 12-year-olds who is exposed to what? Sexuality and a lot of this other shit early. So her argument isn't for mature 12-year-olds, it's for 12-year-olds who've been abused into it already. That's pretty much her argument.
And that decision is legit with them, but like a 12-year-old child, I think that would be a little difficult.
At 12 years old, you have a sense of your gender identity, of your sex identity.
She don't even make sense.
So I don't
about
see
shit.
why. I mean, we know there's kids that young killing themselves because they have so much gender dysphoria that they're having to deal with.
And let me guess, that's society's fault that these kids are doing it to themselves. Maybe it's because they're abused and brainwashed at a young age. Kids come in with a blank slate. They're like a sponge. They absorb everything in their environment that's around them. If it's gonna be a whole bunch of like self-destructive, drug culture, hood gang culture, what do these kids do? They grow into gangsters, gang members, because that's what they grow around. That's what they see. If you take a kid and you stick them into a LGBT environment, these kids are gonna grow up gay because they're around it and they're around it. That's their environment. These kids are gonna grow up gay, non-binary, all this other weird shit. If you take a kid and you place him into a Muslim environment, he's gonna grow up Muslim. Like, do people not understand the simple concept of this shit? Environment is everything. You are a product of your environment. I grew up in an environment that was drug, and it wasn't really no gang stuff going on, but there was a lot of drug and street shit going on. And I had to like break that mentally. I start getting out here looking at shit for myself, and I'm like, hold up. This stuff isn't really how it is. I've been lied to. I've been played. Because me being in this environment, I'm thinking this is what it is. This is the only thing it is. Then you start getting out here and you living and you like, man, I've really been taken advantage of. And these kids need to get out of that whatever environment they in, man. Because it's really costing them everything. Like this woman doesn't have a clue about shit she's talking about, man. She's just repeating shit she heard. Very disturbing for somebody her age.
The struggles of being trans. So why would we, if there's a simple answer like puberty blockers, I think it's one of the best resources.
Okay. So if a 12-year-old thinks they're a different gender, they should be able to go in and be like, I want puberty blockers.
I mean, I don't think it's that simple as that. I think there's a lot more like medical theory and social wellness that needs to be incorporated into that interaction between a 12-year-old and a doctor, if that's what you're saying.
What? Like, what does social have to do with anything? It doesn't fucking matter, social. It don't care how you feel about yourself or see yourself. When you go out here into the world, people gonna see you how they perceive you. Like, they really want the whole world to conform to their lunacy. It's never going to fucking happen. Nobody's going to give a shit about your life that much. Do I really have to tell these people that? Everybody's out here trying to build their own life. They got kids to worry about. They got bills to worry about. They got their own life. You think they want to sit here and play these fucking lunatic games with people? and be forced into this shit against reality. Like, nobody's playing these games no more, man. People are sick of this shit, man. People are sick of it. I have respect for everybody, but I'm not being forced to do shit. This country couldn't even force people to stop being racist. They wouldn't even, like, just imagine if they put all this time, energy, and money that they've been putting into this LGBT and all this weird shit. Just imagine if they put that shit into initiatives to stop racism. What if they shunned people that was really racist? Like, you know, they try to make it seem like white people are the only racist. No. You have blacks that are like crazy radical in this country now, man. You have all type of people crazy radicals right now, man. Just imagine if they put all this money into pushing love and connectivity and shit with people. Nah, but they'll push it. They'll put all this money in behind pushing all this LGBT and trans shit that's self-destructive. But they won't put it in nothing good, man. Got these people out here talking crazy out their ass. Very disturbing, man. I don't even want to hear no more of this garbage, man. Y'all seen it like I seen it, man. We deep in the rabbit hole. I'm out.